I'm back again. Okay, let me preface this video by saying, first of all, if my voice sounds like it's gone a little bit, it's because it is. A time was had this weekend, right? And long story short, I lost my voice. But it's coming back. But yesterday, so just to give you a brief overview of why I'm recording this. So yesterday, before I went to sleep, I was scrolling on YouTube to watch my daily, pre-sleep video. And honestly, the video I watched had nothing to do with this video. Like, it had nothing to do with the specific, like, the video itself had nothing to do with this specific topic. However, it did make me think about this topic. If I find the video, I'll put it up because I watch a lot of YouTube. So I'll put the video up if I can find it. But have you ever been scrolling on YouTube or just like any app that has videos or like information, and you see it and you're like, why would anyone use this information? Like, obviously, it's good to have these platforms to give people information, but some things you just don't need to be informed on, in my opinion. So that's really why I wanted to make this video, just to yap real quick, because why not? Okay, so the first type of video, fashion video. These are fashion videos specifically that are pointless to me to make. Okay, matter of fact, I don't think these videos are pointless to make. And I say that because as the creator, you're going to make what people watch, right? So if people want to see this type of video, obviously it's smart to make the video. I don't think it makes sense to watch the video. As a viewer, I don't understand why you would watch these videos. Let me preface this, by saying that, right? So the first type of video is how to find personal style, right? Okay, so I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't have, what's the highest IQ you can have? I don't know. I don't have a 250, 300 IQ that I know of, at least. But I do have common sense, right? And common sense would tell you that personal style is, say it with me, personal, right? So why would you watch a video on how to find personal style? To me, it makes no sense. It is pointless to watch. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this is what's going to end up happening. You're going to end up watching the video. And even if you do like learn from the video and do what that person tells you to do in the video, all you're doing is you're finding someone else's personal style. Now, if you like it, then, by all means, do you. But that's not personal. Like, finding a personal style, I feel like crazy even having to explain this, but finding personal style should be a personal thing. It should be unique to you. However you find personal style should be yours and only yours. And you shouldn't look to someone else to help you find your own personal style. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to take inspiration from somebody, that's great. We all take inspiration from somewhere. But looking up to somebody else to find personal style, that's just kind of crazy to me. So, next. Okay, this one, I'm not going to lie, I might get a little passionate about this because these videos are the reason why the fashion industry is like the way it is nowadays, and why it's so easily like infiltrated, I would say, by a lot of people who can't actually dress for real, but they've probably watched these type of videos, so they, how to thrift like a pro. Now, okay, so a little brief history on thrifting from a random, right? This is all from the top of my head. Basically, thrifting started to help people who can't afford clothes for retail or full price get clothes for a really cheap price. Secondhand clothes, used clothes, whatever you want to call them. But it makes fashion, or not even just fashion, just clothes in general, like basic necessities, clothes. It makes it accessible to people who can't usually afford clothes. That's what it started off as. Then a few years ago, it boomed and it became like the staple in fashion, and you have to, you know, thrift your entire closet in order to be accepted in fashion. And then it turned into a reseller's dream, right? That's the part where I'm like, where I get real passionate and real heated about it, because thrifting started off so regular. Like, before the hype beast came in and taught you how to thrift like a pro, aka teaching you how to thrift to resell, thrifting was actually affordable. But then these videos started coming out, and then more and more people started thrifting, but not thrifting for the clothes themselves, thrifting to resell the clothes, which then in turn drove the prices up. And now you have vintage thrift stores, which makes no sense. A vintage thrift store selling pieces for hundreds of dollars. Bro, L Train Vintage has shirts for like $100. The shirts, if you've been to L Train Vintage, you know what I'm talking about. The shirts that are like hanging up that you have to ask one of the workers to get you, like those shirts, bro, there should be no reason why a shirt cost hundreds of dollars in a thrift store. That makes no sense, right? So those type of videos, like, for that specific reason, they don't make sense to me. They're pointless to me. But I feel like, in general, learning how to thrift, why do you have to teach somebody how to thrift? Just go into a thrift store and buy what you like. Like, that's what I'm saying. These type of videos make no sense, because either you're teaching me how to thrift, like, you're teaching me what to look for specifically to know what to resell, instead of like teaching me how to, or not teaching me, instead of telling people, I don't even know. See, look, this shit got me like my brain scrambled. Basically, I hate these type of videos because they're pointless and they make no sense and they ruined thrifting. And lastly, this one, I was a little hesitant to put this one because I've definitely spoke about it before, and I definitely do feel very strongly about this. And it might be controversial, but I don't know. The videos on how to have swag, or how to swag, how to, whatever you want to call it, right? Now, there's two things swag can't be, and that's taught and bought. And if you hear somebody else say that after this, they got it from me, because I've never heard that before, and that was a fucking bar. Anyway, swag can't be taught or bought, right? When I say it can't be taught, I can't teach. Obviously, it's self-explanatory. I can't teach you how to have swag. If you don't have no swag, then that's what it is. I could give you some pointers, but let's say you play basketball and you're really good. Let's say an NBA player is giving a random person who's never picked up a basketball a day in their life tips on how to be good at basketball. I can tell you all of these things, but it's not gonna click just by me telling you, or me, like, I don't know. Basketball could be taught. I just feel like swag can't be taught. I don't know. That's that. And it can't be bought. When I say that, I mean, you can't buy, like, it doesn't matter how expensive your outfit is. If it's not good, it's not good. It doesn't matter. Like, obviously, an expensive outfit can be really, really good, but it can also be really, really bad. Just because it's expensive doesn't automatically make it a good fit, right? Bro, it's hot. I'm sweating. God damn. Anyway, yeah. So, how to have swag videos, they're pointless to me, because you can't teach somebody how to have swag. I just don't think that's a possibility. Just like, I know I said this before, I don't think you can teach somebody how to have style. Like, either it's in you or it's not. Either it's been in you or it's never been in you. Pause. Like, okay, for instance, I was thinking about this the other day. If you were into, like, sneaker culture some years, like 10, 15 years ago, right? And, whenever the new LeBrons dropped or the new Kobe's dropped or KD's or whatever, right? And you was fiending to get them, and you had a whole bunch of KD's, a whole bunch, or at least, whatever your parents could afford or your guardian could afford, right? As long you were on top of the sneaker culture, you paid attention. You feel me? You had your elite socks matched your basketball feet and your basketball shorts and your shirt. When you went to school, you had your nice khakis on if you wore a uniform or whatever your uniform color was, and you know you laced your LeBrons or your Kobe's the right way, and you know like you cared about how you looked. You had the elite book bag. You were always considered a very well dressed person for the time, and you know for your age and all of that, right? When Nike had, I don't know if they still do because I don't really shop on Nike anymore, but when they had the Nike ID, like where you could customize your shoes, bro, if you wasn't, bro, I used to customize shoes like every day and show my mom just hoping that she would buy me a pair. Now, mind you, 95% of the shoes I made were probably fried because I was young. But again, the creativity is the thought that counts. On 2K, if you play 2K, when they had the Nike ID customization thing for your My Player, every opportunity I got, I was customizing shoes for my My Player. Again, it's just certain things like you can tell when somebody's gonna be, and that wasn't me just tooting my own horn trying to like prove that I've been into fashion. That wasn't what that was. That was just like an example. But anyway, you can't teach swag. I don't think swag can be taught. And because of that, I feel like those videos are kind of like, I don't want to get too deep, pause, but like it's low key exploitative because it's like you're preying on people's insecurities for views. I don't know if that's like if I'm doing too much and dragging it by saying that, but yeah, I just feel like those type of videos don't make any sense because, you know, it's not something that could be bought or taught. If you're somebody who watches those type of videos, this like it's fine. I would just tell you try to stay away from them because they're really not helping you like in any way. I don't, and if I'm wrong, let me know. If you've watched those type of videos and they've helped you before, you know, cool. I'm a person that loves to be proven wrong, but I just don't see it. I don't see how these videos help. So I would tell you stay away from them, but you know, you're a grown ass man or a grown ass woman, you're gonna do whatever you want anyway. So yeah. Just wanted to yap about that real quick. See you next video.